Hey, everybody. I'm going to self-care my eyeball open. Hold on a second. Let me just get it out. I know.
Guys, my self-care today is drinking a lot of water because evidently I've been so busy that I've been forgetting to drink water. And you know how like you get grossly bloated when you're not drinking water? I can't get my rings on and off, my shoes. I forgot. It could be all the terrible food I've been eating. I just got really fat in my hands, first of all.
You just what?
Gained all this weight in my hands, evidently.
If that's all, if that's the only place I gained weight, I'd be so happy. You're like, I gotta put my hands in my pockets. I'm so embarrassed with my 24
anymore. Hi,
everybody. We have Becca Bowling. We have Jennifer Bowman, Melanie, Maureen, Michelle, my husband Colin, who's sitting to my right.
Hello, Colin.
Tammy, Holly, Sherry, Taylor. I like the name Taylor for a girl. I think it's like you're a cool chick if you're Taylor, you know.
That's
like,
very.
I've got a Jeep. I like to play. I like to hacky sack. Pat Schinzel, my cousin Pat Schinzel. Who knew just recently, Jen, you met her at the Des Moines show. She just got remarried.
Oh, yeah.
Living it large, or Pat will have to correct me. Either she was planning on getting married and then all this happened, but she found new love in her senior years, and I love it.
That's awesome.
Guys, look how tired I look. That's cool. It's neat.
Oh, I put makeup on. This is like a 3-minute makeup job because I was like horrified by myself when I walked by the mirror. Not only am I like puffy, my allergies are bad.
Yeah.
So like, if I cough, that's what it is.
Don't worry.
My whole head is like puffy, like my teeth hurt from allergies. And I keep telling myself like, okay, when these hit, because we have like jasmine in the backyard. And I'm not talking about like a stripper I've kidnapped and put in the backyard.
Okay.
I've got.
Quarantine would be more fun if that was the case.
I've got jasmine and lavender in my backyard, and it's really
names
making my eyes itch. Everything's like.
Well, if jasmine and lavender were strippers in the backyard, they'd make something else itch.
You know what? I feel like my husband would be a lot happier just in general right now if that were the case.
If my husband saw me and I tripped and my hips went too far to the right, he'd be like, "Oh God, can we please have sex? You look like a woman for 1 second. Can we please? Greg Parker's on with us asking.
Of course.
He's to my right, Greg.
Thank you. Aaron Marshall complimented my 3-minute makeup job. I will say I had my eyebrows on earlier today because if I don't, I look like Eileen Warnos monster. You're laughing because you know it's true, Colin.
That's not true. That's not even just you without your eyebrows. Somebody just said Jim Skaggs. Is that right? Jim, God love you. Just asked about can't wait to see our live show. We should say that right now.
Yes.
See our post. Unfortunately, like 11 shows or something like that have been rescheduled, starting with Grand Island all the way down to who knows what. But if you just go to imomsohard.com, it shows you the city and the rescheduled date. And we really hope that you'll just come to the rescheduled date because we're all going to need a night out. And it's a huge bummer for us, but we stand with healthcare workers. We stand with everybody trying to get healthy. That we want to flatten the curve, man.
Yeah.
We don't want to drive that curve real fast to the live
for anybody getting sick. Yeah, Becca, I put my eyebrows on because I'm very fair skinned.
Not me.
Fair. I know your eyebrows are great. You don't have to do anything with them.
No, but what's happening is I'm mad all the time, so I'm starting to do this like naturally. Like I don't need Botox. I need everything in here to have like Xanax injections because this is what
calm down. Can they direct that? Can you mainline Xanax? Is that a
thing? I'd love it.
Let's shout out healthcare workers while we're at it. Yep.
Our healthcare workers, our teachers, our essential workers, all the sanitation workers, the post office workers, everybody that's making our lives stay afloat.
Oh my gosh, you teachers are doing it. It is us. You're doing fine. It is us that is not doing fine. We found out today after we missed a Zoom meeting that was required. Missed that.
Yeah.
Actually had a conversation about it. Didn't do it. And then realized we're doing all of the math wrong. All of it.
You know what? Math has an answer, and however you travel there, it's fine. That being said,
it's not the actual math. We're doing somebody else's math book. We're not doing.
They'll catch up. They'll be fine. All the teachers are like, you guys, don't worry about it. It's going to be all right. I mean, I've been able to survive on 6th grade math my whole life, so I'm doing all right, right?
That's true. I am so surprised by how many adults I encounter that can't do percentages. I'm like,
percentages I can do because that's living math. That's like, that's like, how much is your home loan? That's like,
how much is that? Yes.
So what we were just saying about healthcare workers. Oh, Zoom meeting. We had our first official, like, really big Zoom classroom that's everything's integrated and streamlined by the teachers. That is pretty awesome. And so he had his first Zoom class. He did not want me to sit in the square with him, so I sat outside of the square. And those little dudes are texting each other during the Zoom class, like, privately. And I, like, leaned in the screen with his buddy Jake, and I was over here, and I'd go, not trying to teach. I'm like, what are you guys doing, buying crap on Amazon? I'm like sending Jake a message. I'm like, yo, Jake, I'm sitting right next to Finn. Stop texting. Finn's like, gotta go.
I know that Dash's teacher sees this a lot. It's like, where's the mute? I can't find it. Are you muted?
Zoom meetings are mostly, you know how to mute yourself. Can you press the mute button? Can you press the mute button? Can you press the, God love all the teachers. I was like pouring myself a martini in the background. It was 11 a.m. I was like, how do you figure perimeter?
I want to hear your other Zoom story.
Oh, I was under a lot of pressure, Jen, and I was sitting on I was sitting next to Finn. I was very pressured, and I was taking notes about how to figure out perimeter. And I leaned in to do some strong math, and it just, like, came out the back end.
What came out?
A toot. And Finn, who luckily was muted, does one of these. Oh, if you say anything.
God, I thought it was going to be not muted.
Well, no, but I mean, you didn't have to mute it when I showed my butt to the entire kindergarten class on accident.
Oh,
the one time I wear a skirt. So me and Jim are having a great time. Brandy Parker just said she's working 50 hours in 4 days at a grocery store, and she's getting yelled at a lot by customers.
No!
You guys, you see that happen, you step in. Distance, grab a mop, give that person a good shoving, keep it safe.
I will step in that scenario when there is not a global pandemic going on. I don't like when people are mean to check out people. That's when I get like, hold on, let me take my earrings off.
That's my favorite Jen. She takes off her earrings real nice and slow. And I'll put her on the end of a cart with her leg out, and then I'll swing her around, nail that guy.
Yep, a roundhouse maybe.
A roundhouse that's socially distancedly safe. That's
crazy. Makes me crazy. Be nice.
What? I've heard more people being nice than people being sure. I do feel like when we get to take our walk, it feels like people are, even though they're wearing masks, they're like more engaged. They want to say hi, and they want to, which I think is nice. It also freaks me out. It makes me feel like the apocalypse is upon us. But I
know it's super weird. But when I go on walks, I feel like this need. I'm like, I want to be the one who, even if they don't respond in kind, like, I want to be the one who's like, hey, hi, be well. Like I go around and like yell something to them that's like,
Yeah. Well, you know me, I have boundary issues, so this is all very hard for me.
you just do like,
Oh, this is amazing. I don't know why our street, because our street is all like older, it's all older people or people with kids. And there are these 20-year-olds. Am I pixelating? No. There are these 20-year-olds that have decided our street is the place to have a social gathering, like social distance gathering. And they bring stools and they sit like 10 feet apart and have like really cool conversations and drink cocktails out of like whatever their little bottles are. And I don't know if I'm like, I feel like FOMO, fear of missing out. What's up, young people say it. And or if I'm pissed that they're on our street. I can't decide which woman I want to be.
yeah.
How pissed do I want to be? Like, hey, you don't pay the property taxes in this area, or hey, can I pull up a stool because I'm with these people and they're no fun. That I married and Colin would go out there for sure. Colin would just be on the other side.
Yeah. Wait, I wonder because your street's not that busy. So I think, yeah. So there's lots of stop signs too. So I feel like that's a safe place to like pull up a chair and like relax.
It's a whole thing. And let me tell you, I just didn't know what kind of attitude to have. So I just kept walking my dog by a lot. One guy was not wearing a shirt and a mask. I thought, oh, what if he's a doctor? And I fell down. And that's
Wait,
my
mask on, but no
mask on, but no shirt. Welcome. I got some mileage out of that. Okay. Should we do some feel good stuff? Should we do some good stuff?
Yes.
First of all, Beverly Cleary, 104.
That makes me so happy.
Am I saying that right? Beverly Cleary.
Yes.
She's the author. Ramona Quimby. Yeah.
Ramona Quimby. Yeah.
104.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was born in like what 1916?
Let's just. She was around for the Spanish flu, I think. She was around before. She's not been on this road before.
I love when I hear people are 104 because I want to be 104 so bad.
I want to be 104 and look 92. That's what I want. Another feel good thing. If you haven't seen it, I'm obsessed. I can't help it. But John Krasinski like nailed it once again. And I don't know if you guys saw this. Be prepared to cry. But you know, if in Boston you're a Red Sox fan, and if you're hometown proud in any way, you totally understand what that kind of like commitment to your team is. He took the essential workers from the COVID team, from the COVID department, or how do you say that? COVID department to Fenway, and honored them. All the teammates of the Boston Red Sox stood and clapped for them on the Jumbotron. They just kept cutting to different teams. I was falling. I don't even know who all the teammates are on the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
The most wonderful thing, and gave them each 4 tickets for life.
That's amazing.
I know. And then they got to run the bases, and they got to. It was such a nice break, and so it was sweet. I'm such an emotional basket case that it was awesome.
Oh. I know that's so like up and down. So I have to say that this is not as pure, but I was really happy last night because they showed that extra episode of Tiger King.
They did?
Yeah, Joel McHale like interviewed everybody except for Joe Exotic. You got to watch it. And Joel McHale is like, he was like the voice of everyone. Like he said, like he asked that one dude, he was like, how many Affliction t-shirts do you own? Like sleazy guy that owns the park now. Like he asked all the questions we want to know. It's so good.
I want to know how tall that guy is because I have a feeling he's like 5'3" with lifts in his shoes. Okay, no offense, but I'm just
like what's confusing about him and his wife is they're so like in the interview kind of normal to talk to, and then they just take this left turn about the nanny, and you're like, you don't know who's normal and who's not.
My husband's like, you've never hated anyone more. And I was like,
that's so gross.
I think we found the guy that I could probably target all of my rage towards. I think that's a fair assumption, sir.
You know that guy probably yells at people, or he like to like people at the grocery store. So
Oh God, ugh, it's just better that I don't deal with him. I feel like I've been high and low too, and I'm trying to not feel pressure. I don't know if any of you feel like this right now, but I think this is a thing. Is like I'm feeling pressure to like, hey, you've got all this time on your hands. You should do a DIY, or you should rearrange stuff, or you should like fix your walls. And I feel pressure to like be some version of myself that I'm not that good at being when I'm in a normal headspace. So I kind of had to come to Jesus with myself on the come to Jesus day of Easter. And I said, you can only do so much right now, and you don't have to be anything to anybody. Cause I just felt like I should be working out every day, and I should be happy. I should be enjoying this glorious time with my children. And I want to like eat my hand.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm just trying really hard to say, you know what? We're all doing our fucking best, and there's days that are good and bad, and I'm gonna just I can't like be better me.
Well, I know like that everyone I don't know this. My husband made me realize this because I had really big plans for like everything I was going to get done. And I think sometimes I like to do, like I like to organize or something like that because it's 1000% control freak, like OCD. I'm like, oh, I can control this. Like I can make sense of this part of my life. And now I've like sort of let it go and I'm exhausted. I don't have the energy to do any of that stuff. And I'm not like sitting around at all. Like from the second I wake up, like I like, I'm not a bed maker. I make her bed every morning. Like I've done more by 8 a.m. than I normally ever do. Like I'm doing it all day long and there is nothing that's done. There's nothing done. And I'm exhausted at 2:30. But Britt was like, oh, everybody I talk to says the same thing. They're exhausted.
Because everybody's a little scared and a little sad, and also we're out of whack. Because I know, here we go, full disclosure. Easter, usually we get all dressed up, we go to mass, and we go to this really fun lunch with all of the owners of Collins Theater, and we go. It's so fun and like family friendly, and we didn't do it this year, and I felt really bad, and we woke up late, and so I didn't even wear a bra. Yeah, on Easter Sunday. What kind of Catholic does that mean? So I took the kids to the park because there's no one there, And so I said, we got to get out of this. I'm going insane. So we did a foot race from one side of the park to the next. And I had to hold my boobs as I was running. Oh, disgusted with myself as I was like I wasn't even prepared to have a foot race with my kids because I'm not the kind of person that gets up and wears I wear jeans and a shirt and a bra and underwear. And if you're not one of those people, God love you, that's your thing. But why would I be something different than I am all the time? And I think that's because I was really sad. And so you gotta like dig into the stuff that makes you feel good. And if it's literally sitting and doing then that's okay.
Yeah, I think so. Like you gotta like give yourself a break because I really thought I was going to work out. I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because I'm always like, well, I don't work out. I don't have time. Now that there's like, feels like there should be time, I don't have time to do it. So
you're cooking and cleaning when you're working 45 jobs. And by the way, I thought I was going to work out too. So I even got fancy, and this is not a plug. They didn't give it to me for free. I'm doing the 90-day membership free thing. I downloaded the Peloton app, not the bike. I just got the app.
Oh, yeah, to do the workouts.
And 100%, I was on a walk and with the thing, and they walk and they're like giving you music and they're like, okay, now roll your shoulders. And I was like, well, this is neat. And then I was like, I wonder what she looks like while she's doing it on the treadmill. So then I sat and I watched the rest of the workout. I just sat in somebody's yard and I was like, I just want to sit.
Yeah.
My thighs rub together. I'm packing on an extra 10. I'm sure I dare not get on a scale, and I cannot give a F.
I'm doing a lot of like exercises that for sure you would make fun of me if you saw them, but it's like when I have the puppies outside or something,
Yeah.
with the kids, I'm doing like high knee marches or like ground bot maws or like,
I mean, we're all, I feel like I'm putting on more steps now than I ever have. And I feel like everybody is just trying to do their best. So I think what we're trying to do today is just say, like, give yourself a break.
yeah, take care of yourself by giving yourself a break.
By giving yourself a break. Like, so if there's dishes in the sink, so you yelled at your kids a bunch today, so you're fighting with your husband, so's everybody. So, you know, your spouse, your partner. If you're in quarantine with some like supermodel, I'm sure he's getting annoying too. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, didn't you read somewhere, Jen, that like there was a shortage on condoms or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, what school project is that for that I didn't buy condoms for? Because what else would you use them for? You should just for like balloons, right? Water balloons.
Yeah, I mean, even people who might have been in that honeymoon dating phase and were like, oh, we just get to stay home.
It's so over.
You get to see somebody's stripes when you're like running low on toilet paper and you can't get a window for grocery delivery. Then you start to see like what people are really like.
What an incredible idea. What if in this weird world you were in quarantine with somebody you went on one date with? I mean, within 24 hours, you're going to be like, you know what? I pooped and I don't want to talk about it.
You know what I think about? I knew this. Well, I worked with this girl one time who she didn't really. This is so terrible. I won't say what it is. She didn't like this guy, but he invited her on a cruise, and she was like, "Really be fun to go on a cruise. I'm going to go on the cruise with him." And you know how many people are stuck on cruise ships right now? Like, what if that would happen? Like, what if you did it and you're like, I don't really like this guy, but I'm going to go on this cruise? It's like,
I have to say, of all the people that I could be stuck in quarantine with, I am lucky to be stuck with Colin for the most part, and that's not just because he's sitting in front of me dabbing. Greg's like, it's damn right, it's straight. But we can, no matter how bad the day, get back to it at the end of the night and just be like, all right, you want to grab a drink and watch like a comedy special or something? Just because I think we all just have to forgive each other and just sort of roll with it, you know?
Yeah.
Having a very like emotionally forward day.
We started this did I already tell you about this? We started this thing where anybody in the family is allowed to say at any time, and nobody is allowed to read into it, I need a break. And that means you get a few minutes to yourself, like 5 minutes
of everybody
to walk off and just do what you need to do to like recenter yourself. Because sometimes it's like you're frustrated and nobody did anything. You're just like, I don't want hands in my face, or I don't want loud talking around me right now. And right now, almost everyone in our house thinks the word diarrhea is hilarious, and I'm really sick of it.
It's pretty funny. Diarrhea is pretty funny.
Not at the level that I'm hearing it.
I mean, are they doing it like, diarrhea?
They're singing that Pepto commercial. Yeah. That, you've got heartburn.
Something.
Diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like 40 times a day.
Finn's big thing on his Zoom chat today, which, by the way, I was right next to him. That's why my son is going to get in trouble, because my son is not the person to think of the idea. My son is to yes and that person's bad idea. He'll be like, somebody will be like, hey, you know what? You should go steal that thing. And Finn will be like, well, okay. And so Jake, smooth operator, texts him during that Zoom, and then Finn writes back, poop on my head or something like that. And it's to everyone. I go, you just sent that text to everyone.
He is his mother's son.
You what?
He is his mother's son. Yeah. There's no way around that for him.
Nope. I don't know how to warn him now. I'm like, you should just know if you send a text, it's going to go exactly to the person you don't want it to go to.
Yeah.
Just know that.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, Eleanor, speaking of dinner, it's super gross. So Eleanor's only lost one tooth. And yesterday she hit a little tiny loose one, very, very lightly loose one with a French fry. And that thing like exploded. And it didn't just fall out. It was like a cartoon. It went and then and then she went, and it's like a pool of blood. And then Finn went, nope. Yeah, he like ran up the stairs, dry heaved. He'll never be a doctor. And Eleanor lost her tooth, and then she wrote this. I thought this would be a fun way. It's a fun thing to. Is it backwards?
Dear Tooth Fairy, I was wondering, do tooth fairies get the coronavirus? If they do, good luck. Please write
back. So I wrote back. I said, you know what? We don't get the coronavirus, but we wash our hands just to be safe. And here's 5 big ones. And so she was very excited. But that's where her little brain is like, it is so sweet. And then she's got like a fairy and a boom box. All right.
So that's my daughter, who's 4, says, I'm sick of coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
So funny to hear those words come out of her mouth.
I know. When's the virus going to be over? And I'm like, that's so enough.
Yeah.
Jenny Lovett just said she's a single mom with a special needs 5-year-old, and this is harder than her 4th grade class of 30 students. Yeah, because when they are your kids, they're harder. I'm telling you, if I had to quarantine with somebody else's kids, it would be going better.
Oh, I had this conversation with my husband yesterday where I was like, how do you do groceries if you're a single parent? Because you don't want to bring a bunch of kids that are going to like, grocery, like you got to leave them someplace, right? How do you get groceries?
Yeah.
Or you got to get them delivered.
Yeah, they're just working. It's already hard. Just got harder. Like it's all hard. So we just all have to like remember that. And I think it's, I mean, her situation even being harder that she's a single mom and she has a child with special needs. My 3rd grader right now with his emotional ups and downs that I think are fairly normal. Like I literally stare at him most of the time going, like, just ask me to like get off the iPad. Just ask me right now.
Oh, okay. Hey, hon, it's time to put the iPad up.
No. What?
Uh-oh.
I can't leave in the middle of the game. I can't leave in the middle of the game. That's our normal.
We're dealing with a little bit of that, and there's not much actual life to my threats, but I'm like, you're so crabby when you have to get off the iPad. We just shouldn't get on it, like at all. But then, so I like nix it for the next day, and then by like 4 o'clock, I'm like, should get on the iPad and watch anything. Like I literally don't get like at that time of day.
Use it as leverage. We use it as leverage.
Yeah.
My husband tried to take the iPad away without asking me for a week, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, wait, we got to discuss that. That's a big deal because that's a big deal. I know.
Yeah, because that ain't saving him. It's saving me.
But don't you think honestly though that they are crabbier after the iPad? Like it does.
They're wound up. It just depends on how much time they have. But you know what? Like Finn's not a big gamer. He's got this one dorky game that he plays with a friend, and they like FaceTime, and it's kind of his only connection. He loves it. It's leverage for us. I just go insane with his like. It, like I said, it's when it's your kid, they're always harder, but he's so delightfully nice and sweet to everyone else, but everyone else isn't in this house right now.
No, they're not. Yeah. So they're just, that's Dash is saying stuff to us now. Like, yeah, I don't want to. And I'm like,
oh yeah, I'm sorry. Did you think you got a vote? Did you think you got a vote?
I didn't realize we were doing things that we wanted to do in this house because my list is so different than what's happening right now. It's very different.
Let me tell you what I want, sir. And I won't be getting that either. So that's just how it's going to be. Well, I feel like I worked out some demons, Jen.
I know. I do tonight. I have to bathe my kids, which means the demons are going to re-enter my body. I'm going to leave here and I'm going to be like totally put together. And then I'm going to tell them to like get in the bathtub.
And they're going to lose their minds. So the bath is full of acid.
I don't want to do that. And then I'm going to be an angry, mean person again.
Well, that's just the cycle we're on. But we should say before we get going, first of all, again, like we love that you guys join us here. We see all the comments and we always go through and read them because they actually make us feel really good. It's fun to listen to everybody else's horror stories too.
I
But
know.
Wednesday, we're doing another one at 6, but Friday, we're dedicating it to the seniors who are missing out on their prom. And so this Friday's happy hour is theme of prom. So if you have an old prom dress or you have a dress, put it on, make your kids laugh, take a picture, post it. We want to see you, like any old pictures you have from prom, senior pictures, post them in support of the seniors of 2020. And we have some really fun stuff planned. So definitely come on Friday.
Yes, come. We'll be here Wednesday too. Wednesday at 6 and Pacific, and Friday at 6 Pacific.
Yep. And then on Saturday at 2:00 Eastern. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. I decided to throw in another ocean in there.
We're just doing a marathon.
We're just doing a marathon.
Yeah. And I'll have like 4 straight hours of complaining. It'll just be me complaining.
No
and
way.
talking about ghosts. Probably.
Yeah, ghost stories are good. Maybe that's Wednesday.
Ooh, that's a good topic that we should do for life.
We'll figure it.
Do a spooky.
We could get spooky. Yeah, you could talk about that more, and I just start looking over my shoulder, like, what up?
I know.
Well, Jenny, go put the kids in bed. I'm gonna go make sure my kids are not watching anything inappropriate on cable because we gave them the remote.
Mine are hopefully, at least half of them are doing some Eureka math right now. And then I'm going to throw them in the bathtub and watch really dumb TV.
I'm going to watch that Tiger King thing. I can't believe I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's really great. You like it. And then my husband told me about a new murder show, so I'll watch it and I'll tell you how it is.
Okay, are you going to show me what it is?
Yeah, well, let me see.
Oh, no, then just put it in the comments.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what it is. He sent it to me. It's called The Innocence Files.
Writing it down.
It's
also another recommendation that we'll talk about on Wednesday because I'm super into it is if you get a chance and you just want to see something that's incredible, watch Unorthodox on Netflix.
What's that? I'm gonna write that down.
Well, we'll talk. I'm so into it. I want to talk about it on Wednesday. But if you haven't seen it, ladies, watch this. It's incredible. It's about the Hasidic Jewish community in Williamsburg, New York, and then there's also part of the story told in Berlin, Germany. And it's a love story. It's incredible. It's kind of like a documentary, but with so much. It's fantastic. So we'll talk about that on.
All right, I want to watch that.
Wrap it up and let everybody go back to their kids.
Bye, everybody. We'll
Bye,
see you
guys.
Wednesday.
Hang in.
Bye.
Bye.